This afternoon here on Sky News Business as well. Something a bit different before we finish off the show, though. We're looking at the Singapore-based property investor Aquaint Capital. It's launched a new management business, and we're speaking with Aquaint's Chief Executive Yang Po Tan with us right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about this new business. Distinctly, what is different from the existing business, I suppose? That's the question.
Right. Firstly, thanks for having me, Brooke, and really appreciate your giving us this time. Well, this business that we have is a complementary to what we are doing. As most people might know, we are actually into property investment business. But after you invest in a property, what's important is you must be able to know how to preserve the value as well as even increase it, so that when you eventually sell the property and profit it, it's really worth the while. That's the reason why we are setting up this business, not just to take care and manage our own property, but more importantly, we are also able to now engage in other properties as well, so that we can grow the business and give additional income in terms of recurring income versus just a buying, selling, trading income in property.
So this is, and you've talked about it as additional stable growth.
Yep.
So why is that needed right now for Aquaint Capital, a more stable stream, I suppose?
Yeah, because in the past, when we just buy and sell property, or we invest and then we sell property, so we have been blessed so far because every year we have been getting good profit. However, moving forward, when we grow the company, we don't want to just have a year of good income, and then maybe the next year, if we don't sell, we don't get that good a big income. So that's the reason why we want to build something that is recurring, so that there's something on a more stable basis instead of just a big jump in some years and not so big in other years.
I understand initially this new property management services business will be focused on Malaysia.
Right.
In the last couple of years, it's been kind of run away. It's been quite impressive when you look at the property market there. But since 2010, there's been quite a series of anti-speculation measures. So I just wonder, in terms of the timing of this, are you kind of launching this in Malaysia just as things are starting to slow down there? Because those measures are having an impact.
Yeah. Actually, while it is slowing down in terms of transaction, however, the prices are still going up. The reason is because the demand is still strong. There are a lot of foreigners, especially the Chinese, are still going in a big way. So although transaction has dropped, but the value of the asset is still going up, which makes property management even more important, because people who invest in Malaysia property knows that their property by and large are not very well managed, because it is still not an area that they are very familiar or comfortable, because before that the prices of Malaysia property is very, very cheap. But now, because of the increased value, a lot of developers and companies now are looking at management company to increase the value as well as preserve the value, because now they are worth a lot more than, say, 5 or 10 years ago. That's the reason why it is a perfect time to go into Malaysia asset.
Although whether you look at here in Australia or I think in Malaysia as well, rates have been low. You head into a period where rates will start to rise. It's getting more difficult, isn't it? It's not getting easier.
Yeah, that's the reason why we are also exploring a lot of other places. It's not just Malaysia per se. That's why we are also expanding our wings into places like, for example, Myanmar, as well as Japan, and even potentially Indonesia.
So potentially Indonesia. So that is a huge market. What are the kind of difficulties of that market in particular?
In Indonesia, because although it's been around for very long, but it's only the last 2 to 3 years that Indonesia really start to turn around economically very, very strong, especially recently with the new government that comes on board. People are very optimistic, and people believe that the property sector will continue to boom. And because of that, we are starting to look at that country as well. However, having said that, it's a new government. They are finding their ways. A lot of things is still not very structured and not very systemized yet in Indonesia. So you still have to deal with the developing countries' regulation and people relationship. But in terms of investment, I think it's definitely a lot of potential there.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And it's great to have you on the show. Something different. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bro.
That's CEO of Aquaint, Yang Po Tan.